It's fantastic to be here, and it's fantastic to have Jim here, and it's fantastic to have Banter here. So, would you give him a very, very warm Dingle welcome, please?
Thank you very much, Philip, and thank you very much to the Other Voices family for inviting me down here to West Kerry for Other Voices. I've been following Other Voices for about 10 years, and I can't believe it's taken me 10 years to get here, but I'm here, and we're seeing what it's all about. Banter, for those who don't know, is a series of kind of informal panel discussions, talks, conversations, rows, rambles, and re-raw and Wooly Boolia, which has been going on since summer 2009 in various places. Our HQ is Twisted Pepper in Dublin, but we've also been at the Electric Picnic, the Ergal Arts Festival, the Galway Arts Festival, Kilkenny Arts Festival. Anything with arts in the name, we seem to get invited. If people want some talk, they invite us along. So basically, it's very informal. That's how it's always been. Today is a bit different, and today and tomorrow is a Banter Salon at Foxy John's. It gives me absolute amazing pleasure to welcome the first ever performer at Banter. There's been many kind of jackass performers at Banter, and people talking an awful lot, but we haven't had a proper performer, a proper artist. This is Conor O'Brien. He's no stranger to Other Voices, he's no stranger to Dingle. He's released one amazing album as Villagers. The second album's coming out in the new year, and it is incredible. It gives me amazing pleasure to welcome Conor O'Brien, Villagers, to the Banter Salon at Foxy John's. Conor.
Thank you. Naked on the toilet with a toothbrush in his mouth, when he suddenly acquired an overwhelming sense of doubt. Every single piece of baggage he'd been holding on his back was beginning to dig in, and his back began to crack. And when he finally broke up, he found that he'd been breaking down. Little body, little soul, little shrapnel on the ground. And so he started to examine, from the clumsy to the cute, from the fat cat to the destitute, from the fat cat to the mute. Oh, earthly pleasure, ring out from the rigors of this road. Earthly pleasure, ring out from the caverns of my soul. Then suddenly he found himself in 1822, and he was in another body, in a heavy sort of suit. He was surrounded, but he'd started making plans to make a run, when they called to him, son, cock your gun. And so he did as all the others had already done. He put his finger on the trigger, and he got some. And though he don't like to admit it, it was sensual and pure. And he changed that day, though he can't be sure if it's the sickness or the cure. Earthly pleasure, ring out from the rigors of this road. Earthly pleasure, ring out from the caverns of my soul. So there he was in front of her divine simplicity, and she was speaking Esperanto and drinking ginger tea. As she inquired about the reason for his visit here today, well, he just said, no reason, and I really shouldn't stay. And so he thought that she would think that he was some kind of freak, and that he'd go back to the grind, and that he wouldn't last a week. But she didn't. She just sighed and uttered softly with a smile, sit down, dear child, what's on your mind? And so he frantically described to her the kingdom at her feet, as she continued with her manicure and poured another tea. As he recounted tales of misery and suffering and pain, she was yawning at the ceiling, so he had to up his game. The only thing your children cherish is to move up the ranks. Lucifer is in our courts, Beelzebub is in our banks, and if you don't cooperate with us, we'll hound you till you're dead. So she granted him a wish and let him write it on her head. And when he read it back to her, this is all it said. Earthly pleasure, ring out from the rigors of this road. Earthly pleasure, ring out from the caverns of my soul. Now I truly understand that I don't understand a thing. So let this earthly pleasure sing. Earthly pleasure. pleasure. Thank you. Shall I do another?
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Something that's not about being naked on a toilet, I think. I'm guessing. The Waves, perhaps? Does anybody know the song? Yeah? Okay. There are waves up in the diamond sky, stronger than you and I. I'm a wave. I break through the barrier reef, cut through the carbon sea, approaching the shore. Look at the sky, look at the trees, man, it's all the same to me. Look at the cars, look at the birds, and all of these invented words. One body's dying breath is another's birth. What are you running from? What are you running from? Sister jury, brother judge, and you I recognize this grudge. Buried deep beneath the sands of these ridiculous demands. No time for innocence or sitting on the fence. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna when the waves cover the coastal plain, the tents and the cars and the trains, and the trace of honeybee cemeteries, of well-insulated dignitaries, all screaming of the memory of a human love for anything or anyone. Look at the birds, look at the bees, madame, it's all the same to me. Look at the girls, look at the gold, gathered, beaten, bought and sold. One man's innocence is another's chance. What were you thinking of? What were you thinking of? Now please let me boil it down to this, my son. This party's getting wet, but it ain't over yet. So what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Just let the waves cover your coastal plain. The fear and the guilt and the pain, and the trace of honeybee jealousy, of well-insulated bigotry. And if you don't agree, you better get back inside your cave, 'cause we're all dancing with the waves up in the diamond sky, stronger than you and I. I'm a wave. I break through the barrier reef, cut through the carbon sea, approaching the shore, 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 approaching the shore. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cool.